Because you went out drinking with your father-in-law as well.
I did do that, but that's not why I'm tired. I'm tired because 5 years is a long time, isn't it?
5 years is a long time.
We've been doing this YouTube thing for 5 years. It's been 5 years.
It's nearly been 5 years, boss. And you know what? I think we should celebrate our 5 years.
Ow.
I don't know.
Go out, have a few beers.
You were on the beers, didn't you? So ever since we went to the Euros and left me grafting up in the tower and you're sat there on the grass drinking your beverages.
One of us had to drink beer that day. Okay.
And I was driving and filming, so...
Exactly. Yeah.
You drank the beers. Anyway,
well, what?
That's not what this video is about.
What's it about then?
This video is actually, thinking about that, if we rewind the clock nearly 5 years, can you remember the first car we featured here on the channel?
The first car we featured on the channel was the FTX Vantage. It was the brushed version, wasn't it? We both got kind of hooked, didn't we? Because that was quite a good platform.
Did, and that was, for us, it was a great car. We got a few friends involved, and it was proper, back to basics, getting people racing RC cars.
It was fantastic. And then we had a silly idea about starting up a YouTube. Can you remember the first video we did on the Vantage? Play a bit of that.
Looking at the FTX Vantage, which is the stock car that we run at Popalong RC. So, give us a moment to get inside the box and we'll go through what you get.
Yeah, it comes completely standard with oil-filled shocks, and some of them don't, right? Fully adjustable as well, and they're really nice. Actually, stop. No. Can we not watch that ever again? I mean, we've come a long way.
We've come a long way.
We do look younger in that video, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
You've got a bit more grey hair in that beard of yours, that's for sure.
I have.
But there you go. So the FTX, the new one's come out. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
Do you know how I knew that?
To get, well, how?
Well, the thing is, you say we need to. We have to. We've got it. It's here.
Bring it up. There it is.
There it is. The Vantage. Let's put it upside down.
Why did you put it upside down like that?
Because I'm an amateur. I ain't been doing this long.
The Vantage 2.0 brushless.
There was the Vantage that we had, the brush version, but they also had the brushless Vantage, and then they brought out the Vantage 2.0 brushed, which we featured on the channel as well.
We did.
Again, a little bit more slick, a little bit more professional in that video. And now we've got the brushless 2.0, and they've made some significant upgrades on this one.
Get it out of the box.
Right,
let's
get my
have
skizzers
a little
ready.
look. Let's have a little look. So if you didn't know already, the platform is a brushless, four-wheel drive, shaft-driven, ready-to-run, 1/10 scale RC buggy.
That is correct. Now, come on.
I can see the shell is different.
Are you going to help me or not?
Yeah.
Come on, tug on that. There we go. Look at that. So, we have got in that box, I imagine.
See what transmitter they use. Let's have a little look. Oh, hold on. It's a little one.
Now that was the thing with the original.
That's tiny.
I know, the original one that we had a massive radio and it needed 8 AA batteries. 8. This one.
Yeah, AAA, the little diddy ones.
Diddy ones. AAAs.
Interesting.
I should have some of those upstairs.
Okay.
Now in here we have got our manual. We've got a LiPo. Charger's there.
Okay.
But we've also got a LiPo
sack. Just so you don't burn your house
down. Which makes me think there's going to be a LiPo battery in this car.
I actually like the look of this car already. I mean, the good folks can't see it, so we'll have to...
They've changed the shell, haven't they?
Yes, I said that. Yeah, you don't listen to me, do you? Wow. Okay. I'm going to put the wing on it because I think it deserves to have the wing on it, don't it?
Yeah.
Can you pass me the scissors, please?
While
you're talking about it, I'm going to sort the wing.
I'm looking at the car and straight away, it looks longer.
That's what I thought.
That looks longer.
Why would they have done that? Stability, probably. I think that does look longer.
It does, doesn't it? And they've changed, maybe they've pushed the front up because this comes up shorter with the new design.
Now she's cooking. Now she's cooking.
Now, if you have been a long time follower of the channel, you will know that we have done an awful lot with the FTX Vantage. We turned an FTX Vantage into a speed car.
We did.
And managed to get our... It started out as a brush car, it ended up being brushless. We got that car up to 60 mile an hour, didn't we?
No, 69 mile an hour.
Was that the Vantage we got up to 69?
Yeah,
I can't remember which car.
69 miles an hour it was.
It was the second time round. Second time round, wasn't it?
69 miles an hour.
Anyway,
wow.
Have a look at that. So, first of all, first thing I notice is LiPo battery, which goes in there. I'm going to pop that out and have a little butcher's.
It looks so much more sturdy. You've got a
3250
aluminium top deck on there.
I like all this, the way the wires are all...
The steering is a lot better.
Yeah, that's a lot sturdier. The servo saver on there as well.
They've really listened to some of the things that they needed to work on. And they've sorted it.
I say, look at that. Wires are tidy.
It is very, very nice. I am thoroughly impressed with that, I have to say.
Now, shocks wise, it feels...
Do you know what? The shocks are always really good on that.
Yeah. I think actually the rears feel like they could probably do with a little bit more oil in them.
Yeah.
Because the front's actually really nice.
You can normally give it what we call the squidge test. It's quite nice. It comes up. It's quite thick, I think, the oil, but it will be for general bashing use.
And then that one
opposed to racing
is a lot heavier in the front.
Yeah, it is. I have a good feeling about that. I think it's, you know, when you feel a car and you think, yeah, that's going to be alright, that is. Well, that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
Do you know what though? What? It is summer season, so I think what we need to do is get a pop-along track, like we used to in the good old days.
Yeah.
Maybe go to school, mow in a pop-along track, and just for good old times, give it a going over on a grass track.
Why not? Well, you know, we visit...
And actually, do you know what I fancy doing with this?
What?
Because you like your buggy racing, and I like playing with my toy cars, I think I'm going to take this buggy racing and I'm going to race this over at Hearts.
I think that's a good idea because we get loads of people asking us, what's a good car to start with? What's a good car to start with? Well, let's see if this new Vantage 2.0 brushless is a good car to start with. It seems to me a lot more sturdy than the first generation of these cars. So I'm liking the look of it. FTX, you've done, yeah.
Mark and I are at our pop-along track for some grassroots racing, and the idea is we take out the biggest cars, like the 1/8 buggies, just to bed the track in, so that we can then later come back with the 1/10 stuff and just enjoy the track. And we've got lots of cars we're going to feature over the summer, but today we are going back to our roots, and that means if we turn back the clock 5 years, we were in exactly the same place, playing with the cars that sort of started off the channel, and that is the FTX Vantages. And they've just released a new one, so we thought it'd be only right to bring it back to the Popalong playground and test it out. So let's see how the new FTX Brushless 2.0 gets on.
First video of the new FTX Vantage. So obviously, well, if you've seen us before, you'll know that this was the car, not this one, but the first generation of this car was where it all began for Popalong RC. So we've reached the goal of this one. Let's see how this gets on. Right, here we go then. Let's see how he gets on with this. So obviously this is a different fairly different platform from the first generation. Well, it's got some pace down that straight.
Tommy's done a good video on this, reckons he gets 30 mile an hour on a 2S. This is on a 2S battery, this is. So it looks good. We've done nothing to it. Maybe as the grass gets a bit shorter, we might well lower the car, I'm not too sure. But, mate, good as gold. I should imagine it's going to get a little bit toasty, being that we're on this grass.
So let's follow this around. Mark's now driving the car. It's his first few laps. I found the car really nice to drive for a straight out of the box. We've done nothing to this, so we've not set the shocks up, we've not done anything. All I did was set the end points, dual rates on the radio, and trimmed it to make sure it was going in a straight line, and it's been as good as gold. But this car, where do we see it? Well, if you are a regular on the channel, you will know that we're all about getting beginners into racing, and at our local club, my son has been running an FTX VANTAGE for several years now. We've actually given those cars to some friends of the channel. Him and his son are now racing those cars at the club, and I think what we're going to do actually is get AJ on this car as he is here and see what he thinks of the FTX Vantage as a buggy. So let's stop watching Mark and get AJ on the controls. So here on the radio you can see there we've got steering dual rates and steering trim, then we've got throttle dual rates and throttle trim. So if you turn the throttle dual rates down, you can actually slow this car down. So the first time we put AJ out on the track, we did have the car at full speed, and he did struggle to get the car around based on the fact the car is pretty quick. It's quite nippy, so therefore we turned down those dual rates just a little bit, just so he had a little bit more control of the car. But again, when it was on full speed, he was overcompensating, overshooting turns. Slowing it down ever so slightly just makes it really easy to drive and an ideal beginner car. So day 2, and the track is now a lot more bedded in. We've got a few more tyres out on the track. The grass is definitely a lot shorter. We're now getting down to a little bit of dust. And the FTX VANTAGE Brushless 2.0 is absolutely loving it. We've still not made any changes. We've not adjusted the shocks or done anything to the car. This is completely box stock as it came out of the box. As for AJ, he's done a great job driving this car and actually really enjoys it. He's sort of jumping between this and the FTX Apache at the moment. But again, both very good cars for this sort of thing. Bit of grassroots racing. Now, what are we going to do with this car next? I'm thinking I might try and race this on a proper track. So get it onto an Astro track with jumps and features. I've seen it being jumped and it does look like it can handle the jumps okay. We just got to hope that there's no damage done to the chassis in the process. But in terms of getting spares, FTX is fantastic for getting spares and upgrades for these cars, and CML Distributions distribute to most model shops in the UK, so access to spares is pretty good. So there you go, the FTX Brushless 2.0, a fantastic RTR ready to run race buggy. Good fun. If you're looking to get into racing on a budget, follow this journey because we will be going trackside soon.